So what if a person wants to find their next job and they want to network, but they don't really have a network? How do you
You
get
know,
started?
this is the one thing that Roberta and we did talk about this one thing about the network, because I said to Roberta, my network is down to like 3 or 4 people, where 10 years ago it was 15 people. Um, the world has changed because we don't pick up the phone and talk to anyone anymore. Everything's done via email or text. So if you don't have a network, I'm sure you have 3 or 4 people that you know. That's the start. And you can only start with what you have. And then you try to build it from there. But I think the problem now with a lot of individuals is they don't have a network because we don't communicate the way we used to. You know, the old saying is anytime you can shake someone's hand, shake it, meet them. Now it's,
Yes.
hey, send me a text, send me an email. I think that just doing these webinars, and I can see Roberta, I can see you, Yann. I think now we're making it personal. And I think you have to have a personal and professional network because they kind of go hand in hand nowadays because your network is only your friends. You know, the days of going out with your coworkers, your bosses, I don't think that exists very often nowadays.
But
unless you go into conferences, but it's strictly business. Where before it's, hey, we're having a company party, everyone come over. It's just changed. You've got to work it. You gotta keep that network not just fresh, but expand on it.
Yeah, and I definitely see that because 10 years ago I was going to lunch with women from wealth, going to lunch, or I'm going to be in the area. Hey, let's get a coffee, or let's go to dinner. Where you did have more social interactions with your business colleagues, and I also think just the reverse almost, where if you have community organizations, whether it be church or synagogue or mosque or whatever, something like that, PTA, anything, alumni groups from your college, get involved with those. Get involved. Get to know those people. Ask them who they might, it's not just, oh, it's all about me, but show an interest in them. And someone may know, oh, I actually have a friend I was talking to the other day, or a neighbor, where they're looking for someone exactly like you. Let me introduce you. I really do think we have drifted away from that, and that's what everyone has angst about right now.
And the other thing is, there's so many tools out there to create a network. If LinkedIn or whatever. I mean, there are associations for every industry out there: marketing, engineering, you name it. Volunteer to give a webinar, volunteer to write an article, whatever. Get your name out there.
Get involved.
Get involved and build your network. If you don't have a network, shame on you. It's your own fault. And it's shame on me and shame on Bert for not keeping up with our network. Because it's tough out there right now. I mean, the last thing I want to be doing is looking for another position. And believe me, Roberta and I are looking for those positions to fill, and they're tough to find.
Yeah. And it's so easy to go kind of like you fall into this, oh, but it's so easy just to send an email or a LinkedIn message. It's so easy, but a lot of those go ignored. And they're and people are inundated, and everyone is like, I can't even keep up with my own stuff, much less extraneous people trying to connect with me, that you tend to like just ignore emails from people you don't know, or in mails, unfortunately. But it's a time constraint, and I think it's easier if you have like a specific company that it's commutable distance to you, and you're interested in them, get to know people in that company.
And
Go
let
to
me
events.
just add this to you. Add to your network right now. Send Roberta and me a note. Hey, got nothing out of your resume. Hey, best conference I ever had or webinar I ever listened to. Start building a reference with us. We can only help you. We can't hurt you, but it's a start.
Absolutely. And at the end of this call, everyone will receive an email which